Many of you all know me as a filmmaker, photographer, as an artist, but you all do not know my real story of things. Life is not scripted like in a movie, and it can have a lot of drama, action, romance, heartbreaks, betrayals, and all sorts of things. The real world is not that beautiful and easy. So my life got me to Bombay, and after a lot of experience in the media industry, I decided to start a chain of restaurants. One of the kinds in Bombay, and it was called Soda. And it soon sprung into another 4 branches and a lot of things. But they say whenever you do good, always you attract negative. So we were so popular and we were really doing very good. And me being a youngster and apparently a Tamil Brahmin from South India, the political parties in Bombay at that time did not like me. So with all my life, which I've led of ethics and always the fighter of truth and law, was really destroyed by political parties. You soon realize that law is not equal for all. Law does not apply in certain conditions. So cutting the story short, my life was destroyed, and I really wanted to even end my life. It was at that stage when I realized that I was never behind money. I was behind creation. I was behind spreading joy and love with people. And what I loved about my hospitality business is the joy that you share with everyone. And when that was snatched away from me, everyone left me. Not even your closed ones stood by you. Your friends who used to party with you are suddenly strangers. That's when I decided to go and spend the rest of my days, a few days, because I decided to end my life, that I went to Auroville. I didn't know anything about Sri Aurobindo or the mother when I entered Auroville. But what I know, that the beauty of the people around, the care, the love, the joy brought me back to life. Life is about living for. And they say what doesn't break you just makes you stronger. So with that being said, my life was destroyed. And in a bus I was traveling after seeing so much richness in Bombay, And my life was completely destroyed. All I had was one laptop and I was traveling by bus. So after that, with all the strength that I gathered from my stint of 15 days in Auroville, I went back and started to work harder to come back up in life. And I owe everything to Auroville. I would say the spirit of Auroville. I don't know anything about Sri Aurobindo or the mother. I'm not a scholar in philosophy. I am just a man of ethics, of righteousness, of what goes by the book and what is practiced. And what happened in Auroville is that so many beautiful people, so many beautiful souls leave everything in their country to come to this project for what it stands for. I didn't want to join Auroville immediately. I just wanted to see what it is all about. So I started a retreat called Eden of Zen, which was in a 10-acre farmland. And with so much of beauty, love, and care, I made this. It was completely made with the spirit of Auroville in mind. It housed so many volunteers. It housed so many stories and nostalgia and such amazing moments that I've still preserved in a lot of photos and videos. I mean, everything was built by volunteers, but I had painted the wall. There's so many memories, the cot, the bed, the linen, the furniture, everything was self-curated. And all my months running this project, which housed so many conscious souls, I realized that Auroville management is completely exploiting everybody in the name of the divine project. So I was, of course, silent. I was off the bureaucracy of Auroville. I became friends of Auroville, which is a status given by Auroville Entry Service. And then I started helping the community in whichever way possible, collaboration, giving them speakers, helping them organize events in a more organized manner, and so many other things. And what I love about Auroville is the streets, the beauty, the nature, the lovely people. And that is the spirit of Auroville. The people make Auroville. But the bureaucracy there really like brainwashes everyone. There is propaganda. There is so many things. I could see the entire nexus clearly because I had a lot of these experiences back in Bombay. So it was basically a nexus which was organized by a few trustees, two groups which are fighting each other so that everyone is kept blind. And like how sheep and the shepherds, the shepherds are herding the sheep and everybody is following. So many dreams, so many lovely projects, so much of art, so much of life actually has been strangled by the Auroville management so far. I had helped a lot of people in such situations with food, with free stay, and like we were just like a community of sorts. I discovered that the land which I was actually running, Eden of Zen, was belonging to Auroville Foundation. And I loved Auroville so much that I was like, oh my gosh, this is blasphemy. How can this happen? So I went to the management and I said that this is your land. Little did I know that the criminal gangs would suddenly come to know, and I was attacked by 40 people. And then the police arrested me for false charges. And with that being said, because I said the truth, because I wanted something good for the project, I was banished. So nonetheless, I was like an investigative mind. I dwelled further and I realized that, oh my gosh, everything is Auroville management which is behind it. All the land mafia criminal gang killings in that area is because of the master plan and not confirming anything. And this was their modus operandi. I decided to, be completely vehemently against this and, drive the change. They say, love can be a strong fuel. Yes, for me, the love of people, the love of close ones, and the love of the project was quite a strong driving force. And there was also a love of me wanting to come there. So yes, I was doing it for selfish reasons. But at times you have to let go for the higher truth. And for me, I could not live in Auroville if I was going to speak bad about the management. So I had to leave Auroville and I started the Auroville Files. The Auroville Files is actually deep investigation of everything corrupt of the organization. This by in no means that I hate Auroville. In fact, I love the spirit of Auroville, and that is why all this has happened so far. And all the groups that you see fighting now are all repercussions of my actions, which I started taking from 2017. So yes, that happened, and then so many years flew by, and then I went to Gokarna in search of myself, sadhana, like healing. Of course, I wanted a lot of healing, and also most of the videos that I actually put in Auroville was actually theatrics, because you have to be harsh. You have to, speak harsh words. Otherwise, the government would not even heed. So I did what I had to do. I had to fuel a lot of hate because it was needed at that time. But actually, the core of everything was that I loved the project so much that it kept driving me. Although everyone was trolling me, although the Congress was behind me, although the other political party would not support. Basically, it's an organization where two political parties are involved, and I am speaking the truth, which is neutral. So I had to face a lot of opposition. I was trolled. I was banished. I was like everybody cut off communication from me. All those beautiful people who I shared love and joy and heart with were told by the management not to speak to me. So this is how, this is their modus operandi. This they've been doing to a lot of people. So I was one of them. So if you see my investigative reports, it has a lot of corruption of Auroville, which is necessary for changes to happen, and changes are happening and have happened by the government. I was living out of Auroville and I was doing all this. But the spirit of Auroville always lived in me, and that transformed into art. I don't know anything about filmmaking, but I picked up the camera because I wanted to tell a story, and it was very emotional for me at that time. So I used the camera as a healing tool, and art always heals. And yes, I loved the project so much. I loved this new profession so much that, I just immersed myself into it. So that's how you see so many creations. The spirit of hospitality, the spirit of giving love and joy and togetherness to people. And with that, having lost so much, it was heartbreaking for me to leave Auroville and to be banished, to say, from the community. But of course, there were a lot of people who supported me silently. There's a lot of people who now actively support because they understand what I was doing so far. And some don't. And of course, not everyone will. A lot of people hate me there. A lot of people love me there. A lot of people don't want to talk about me. Then 3.5 years in Gokarna, I think Lord Shiva just kept me there. And then something just told me to go. In search of go, live your life, go. Spread love and joy because you've done all your duties for Auroville. The changes have happened or are happening, and not everything has to happen the way how I wish them to be. So I just surrendered, and Lord Shiva told me to go and live my life. So I came to Arambol. I did a lot of films. I spread a lot of love and joy with the same spirit, and I think that I've really grown as an artist, grown as a creator, and also in a healing phase. You have to get back to track. So all these beautiful journeys have happened since 2017. So now it's 2025, and by God's grace, somehow, Eden of Zen is coming back. But this time in Arambol in Goa. I think a place of consciousness has to be in Arambol. And people do not know that Arambol has its own spiritual energy. It is a karmic cleansing energy center, is what I would say. So Eden of Zen is coming in Arambol with the same spirit of Auroville, with the same love and joy that I used to spread, and in all walks of life. And it's a conscious place. That's all I can say. And I'm going to be really enthralled to start painting my canvas again. So stay tuned to Vikramram Films while I want to narrate my story, because it is also very healing for me.